desperation at times and certainly I found. Bulletproof and breathless, this breathe less for the matters to write it, for paper playing, for the aim, for the desire, the destination, the one-time strategy for the rapid disposal. Oh, I can never find a quote. What's it out for the quotable, for the die, for the writing upon the eulogy, for the river, for the all, for the moments and distances spent in joys. For the mundane, humane, disifying the kinfolk, for the hang block, for the folk, the music, for the numbers, and the do the handshakes, that it's not affiliated to each other. I can find it. Equestrian, standing, visit the public vape or fireball for the corner store or error for the comfortably needed to look over your shoulder for the paranoia, over the doubt for this to be erased, this mentally sharp voice sounds separate from the rest of this to be that never asked this door, do I need cooperation over the high levels of the bait and scratching from your head for this remote possible to start the moment. Automatically brought that this for defense, this speed to dexterity over the maximum enough to bleed you, then I can find where within this have to be the illuminator for the bridge short distance for your horizon out for the orange moon for this is me this lie. Old friend laughter with the roof for the who outplays you. I'll play the time for the laughter with the roof of the whispers of the lurking night for the wishing of the feeling that light. Hold over the mockingbird, the waves of vibration down your throat. Or the expert for the displeased pleasure over the music that's louder for the speakers in the head over your headphones and the comparable for the noise of the world. Moonshine burn up for the beginning of the beacon. Forecoming for the catching of the release and you bet. Use the threads at the thought for the you came to the beast of the treasure for the which you share. For the fountain of death for this is what compare for the closed door for this now I wanted to have it. After so many days of the blessed clouds complimenting your pale blue sky, I find the testament for the echoes of terror for the whispers of the wind for this is the jar for the stepped away for this great embrace and hold on for the release of me and for the plight for the hard soft rain this rat is still embraces tight enough for the listening of the light or plug into the void for the crowding of misery for what distant beauty for the watching of the silhouette for the glistening of the skin for the symmetry for the watch you need a rain puddles to watch the kids play watch flying warmer time to bring you back to time but not belong close the real beauty the left seats stare standing at landing of the where the gutter for the walk you find the stars this we're all in the gutter for the our waves of this sunlit shore sees the crest the moment for the laughter and the light for the American dream for the sweeping virus you find an epidemic the fascinating for war force still silently judging over the nothing tonight or with the heart that less of it the most of foul thoughts or passionately waiting for the pit to the pearl plum for the over the next exciting night is done trial blind moon bind lisping over your city where yourself and nobody else there for the time to giving away or dancing to the demise like a logical state of mind you can say the sprinting of a play the day away for this a live over cold of percussion the ringing over your throbbing chimes is a wake up then drifted away to the middle of a sentence and just a light to slip away for the catching of the face and we search for the tables and turn for the disc can be turned for the tales of victim and accepted after the serving of youth and abuse or canvas of the skin bared along you with the masterpiece of the yarn to the you waking over the tender brushing of your lips and this will be a song your voice and ear to sweet to sultry night for the rhythm of the heartbeat for the strong enough the truth to be our song or sing tight to pull a line time for the song of the run the deep in your veins is mine I find it to the passion and flame or the steady drum that makes me pull to you like a stringer or a string of the guitar for the touching and the spark to take me far enough the bodies to find the rhythm and the soul find I'm listening I may be an amateur for the gap procrastinate to etch into the depths of soul the map of your being inked into the mind lingering there for the innocent day the night and I can find the forever always
Mm-hmm. there they go. Everybody's attention to find. Dropless like forgotten punctuations off the pine. Could be fair treatment for unfair, same love to leave. It's a ratio for those really cares anyway. For the begging, the bear, for the minimum, for the you can have it all. Haiku, chase tree, blazing down, dash or heat. This purple hue fade to the brown for the letting that live. For the chase, just for the warmth, for the desperate sky. For this would be the love beyond seeing fine things and new blue eyes as cold as June. Suffer for the joy in my life for the first time. For the hand to call me home. Good to low for the fine, the Lord's tired to be asking for the day, for the eye contact, for the such an endeavor, for the modesty, for the such respect. Or dust, rose, this glory should know, for the hope for the faded and delicate shadows of one to still so will. This fine passion for the who cares your names, this to find a long leaf, and this the one the past found the fence line. Delicacy for the trumpet, for the over the glory, the hope of the fading over the delicate shadows, and I can know. Pass this along. Move like grace and heal the flat. Calm, quiet rooms, chats with the shoulders to high and steady tone. Carve a world to feel like home. You don't have anyone at all. Sleep there with anxiety for the race of the triangle, for the unwinding at the moment. Simple now, feel like it's short. Over the drench, pour it on you, for this is the truth for me, for this to drench me with. How much your love for me is, and what you're gonna do for the frail and old, for the still don't know, for the what you do, for the now you what you think, for this the rule king, for this the how you feel anyway, for the feeling of what your mind lady, for the midnight stroll. Listen to the moon, thought you never knew, you were so kind, you lifted me up for the maybe thinking the highly of myself for this father. Who are you now for the lifted me over the you went on the back to be the right, the back in the hand for the do with the better than myself. I'm so tired of the verses song. This for the been through, for the lately over the feeling, the anthem, over the lines, the collection, the entry, for the temporarily steam, little settles, the score, for the beautiful, the dark, for the slick memory of you, for the holding on, but you never knew the Roman just to be. Dreams that just betrayed me, just for the finding picture perfectly different face, the same to fear, for the lamp, the slam, the door, the call, be dramatic at the start of yelling. With a compelling over the complexities of the life of the complications for the pain, for there's the three, for the mistake to made to be divine, the convincing of the you are the person over the finding of one. But how so long still please you drink the pain for the train, for the speed, the spit, the seed, the this line, hallelujah for the empty branches over the dumb at the soul. Still dedicating, decaying over the enduring of the pain for as long as it could be. I am claimed to grasp to drive the truth with the offer of no grace. This is the found no proof of the leaving of the trace of the brand over the life of the blinded by the you would be the burden for the sometimes they do have to do everything for the everyone that you were worth the loving of the spit the flame. Stop running up for the gun for the fingertips of the trigger for the point of the passionately at the temple for the winner. See the taste of bitter for the place of where you want to close and be whole. Dead there's one they're just gone, not know whether living either for the not like this is the heart of diamonds of the resembling of it, what you're shining against the sun. Fire, fiery passion, the desire, flame, Billy in the starting over for the beautiful name, but not to know who you are for the because it means a girl to figure you out. I know John, but the wild silence at the beginning, everything over the calling of the winds to this, to the hollow canyons, to this ghost, to just to be the same, for the you know, be there with the fingertips to the trigger, with the door shaking the Judies are. Dance smooth, still fine, still safe, over your swallowing, neon pills, or full culture for your scattered with the color drink for the spilling of the plastic bar. Today's take this curve of the lane, trees to the latest trend, for this the body, the mind, the mystic for the motions, and you have the optimistic, to bear on the view. Stroke of the pen for the healers don't heal. Eternity for the what you choose instead. You stole it from me for the from me. Fantasize for the healing bone. Trade for the glad to get mistake for this to never rock. Oh flame for you been such a long time for the good breaking of my heart for the thing I can do better for the sometimes I picture you still in my arms so they come into the desert with the barrage and shadows of the sun and setting sun and shivering over the seeking goodbye. Dreams. Waking up with a disaster, opened up my heart for the twisted pasture. Oh, for you, it's okay to cry for wrong. Now you will never be the what your worth is. And just the mirror that finally certainly for the after the witnessing over yourself for the through the all. Feeding it through the lines, it just seemed to spew it. I knew it. Healing is love. It's about the fixing things. Submitting to something that's broke. Healing the fierce, brutal. That's of the brick rep at the store there underneath your tears. Well, reflect this guys don't stroke your holding space. This is the way to call it the place of home. For the paper to sign and not alone. Why did I carry this something to the fear for the harm, for the fear for the being too bold, for the shelter, or for the I was that, for the nobody wasn't watching anyway, for the joke's on you. Be the mighty king, for the sun is set upon the day, for this now the shadow for the what has been for this.
Hell, if the rain outside just tears my eyes, the graves of what's today since he being cast. Would you ever been so mentally ill? Launch yourself to leave it through the physical scars, and this is a trace where I'm such a blessing from God by the book of life full of hurt. The memories are still sealed, so shut for the evil, because unconscious know where you were at. So wrong to question life is wrong to blame it like everyone else, unless you guess what it means and put the way out. Or I dig in the past, a lesson to see the sunlight. But I am truly afraid of the guess of their judgment in me. The mask and honesty, the person of the monster is some nightmares, and try to arch to regret the narrative for the life. Launch yourself to leave it through the physical scars, and this is a trace where I'm such a blessing from God. Why the book of life full of hurt, for the memories are still sealed, so shut for the evil, subconscious know where you were at. So question life for the wrong to blame it like everyone else, and just guess what it means and put the way out. Or I dig in the past, a lesson to see the sunlight. For what I am truly afraid of, for the guess of the judgment in me, for the mask and honesty, the person for the monster, and some nightmares you try the hardest to rewrite the narrative for the life, for this is how I live, for the able to show you the real me, but I'm not healed yet. Should I be for the forget themselves, they often do. Flexibility for the more, for the like that, so it over the pipe dream. You and me, the language of intimacy for the unity to feel, for the soul to be seen, to be loved, and open the trust, and the hell to be. To understand the share and scope of this, you know. Flashbacks or temporarily terminal for the who's asleep. This find itself and strengthening over yourself with the afraid enough in your choosing it. Because you didn't have confidence to believe it was real, for the one uncertainty for the sever on the plate. Time to let it go now, for the mind won't let you rest. Or the cherry blossom tree for the falling of the blossom, for the never too long hits the ground for the watching. Frightened grace to hit the ground, shrivel it up and turn into black. Work this because the beats today for the what's to give you are not enough of the distant come and go. Choosing between the mind and struggling between the revenge of being kind or something valuable enough you stole. Be capable of being bold, which holds me up with the trickling across this to find what's quiet now. Be quiet for the crowded, stretch the cue, quiet solitude for the dancing rivers of mind ring broke. You find a look, the colors of the bleeding is so much more pure emotion for the heart, the pen for the ink stains blue for the face you can turn upon the purple, the smallest and waiting to be told. Worships of the help for the longing for your touch, to see even the pitch of the black worth and find the shadows of fear, the horror. The fear of the red screaming of the war cries, so ready for the dragon, for the love that remains, and the generous pink rose, this gift for the garden of life, for the blue skies, in which we chance, but through the rain days. You ripped from every edge, but it's the fine eyes and still of a masterpiece that you sweep being off the feet for the try to love you for the distance, but I always came back for more carving to the veins and force runs to the core for the flooding and emotions and like I'm your muse and letting for the baseline and never found the truth. Thought I was and thought together from the thought for the we would stand against the world, whether against you grew distant for the heart was fond and cold, and then for the pretending it never existed, just truth to be told. Call me and forgotten, or me in the universe and wait not to take near the tree for the this be dancing and overthinking afterwards and why I should stay. Meaningful butterfly, you are left behind for the pieces of the old self scattered in the silence. But listen, you're not breaking the you becoming for the never the outgrown for the skin that once held you for the walls that once confined you, struggle on from the birth of your wings to step into the change and left the air to lift you. Let the light find you. You were not who you were, you were not yet. You will be for the yet alive, the in between for the yet sacred, the distant renewal for the rebirth and the chance to rise. The creativity for the bittersweet sensation for the taste so properly aimed for this to come to the exact hour. The day I wanted to give it to you anyway, the freedom of the always what you want, and enough for this to give you your effort for your sweetest of words and find you attractive for the making of things creative and the hearts run free. One more chance, please, dear, enough for this enough for the chance of the echoes over the arms and we find watch this together, we laugh and at it around us. And embrace the nurturing and spirits in this love. And breathe and find and nurture the inner child for letting our hearts run free. For that we need to know what we wanted, for the always had. The world for the teeth that made the deeds. And this to none, never to let go for the age of the traveler with the spinning of the spirals and the maze. With it for the blow, for the bloom, for the buzz, together was roll for the breaks of the repeat, convincing you retreat for the wherever you go, the cold state you are, and you made you for the stain, for the rain, for the pack, for the pain, for the book in which you pain, for the happen to be. Clash of the glimpse and apologies for the conditioning of the armor, for the crack, for the bit, ever for the set dimension, for the been lacking in the stitch. Don't be afraid for the scraps to escape you over the edging, over the inner child to save you for the bribing, just a bit for this, a bit to cry. And make it the world destroy the mass, and this some other time has to find the distance where everyone is. Reciprocity for the accountability, for the endowing of the grace and the perspective in the journey. But lacking with the thought to dig, the scratching and the tension for the dictating your life, and this is the weather, but not the walking your thin ice and let us well dance. The recovering of the seasons and change, and the love remains, and this is all to be. Is that teaching in your heart tears you apart, makes you whole. You spreading the carrot you're having slow, teach you more than you know. The thorn that pricks the stone, the starts, the scars, revealing the truth of who you are. Hardships, rice, and secret ink for the forced to heart, to pause and think for the success without the fight, for the dawn without the night, for this a storm that we couldn't see, but the calm that brings serenity. For fragile learning to stand alone, for the meek to discover the strength unknown, for the lost will find a guiding way for the roads, both rough and great, for the struggling of the burning and the tear, for the reaching of the teachers of this dim and fair. Whisper softly, and you will find the deepest treasures of the mind, and when the journey turns close, this trials of light to choose, stumbling with the tear and strife, for the wisdom to gift the soul to life. Have that reason to give for the one wait on me, who can wait for. There's a king who never takes his own son for the ability to gain, for the daughter that cleans the glass of floors, and this land is claimed, but it's not to give. Mesmerized by the beauty, they see the silhouette when I close my eyes. I can still feel the touch in my dreams, waking to whisper the name, for the remember the taste of your body, for it's just a thought, for the sound of your voice, and when you call my name, for this is still to feel the warmth of the hell that you're next to. All the way to factory for your moments and effort to make love. Allow you to sign the permanent marker with always to be remembered. One word, two words, a dumb word, through words, one word, two, 7 kisses and 8 kisses, the heaven kisses, and the 8 kisses in the 10 days, 12 days, and 1 days to do 50 nights and 100, risky nights and the unnumbered villages to be 1,000 touches and 1,000,000. Touches and backhand touches, you're feeling the touch one. It was recently the pain that ached the weight of the night years and finishing the business of the burst of the flame. I can find hope inside of the flawed and fade. This is the way the cold and sweat, and this is the hand shoes and the hue. Whenever the blood's falling and free for the triggering and for the burning couch feet. Please forgive me for the releasing of this guilt, for this change in the wake at night. Trembling in the fingers to tremble, I hold you back for the heat, like you feel the fingers in the turn your food. Just as making body shaking over the yearning. Darkness I sleep for the dust and the turmoil, the grief that has been settled for the stars in your eyes and dead feelings in your heart to want to give you all, but once too afraid, for perhaps just really afraid of losing you, for the mind that goes dark and screaming the echo in the please of the atmosphere, for the taking the ride, for you goes beside me, and the fast with the whisper of your fleeting thought. I can express with words for the anguish and the anomaly over the distant person, for the you have what's besides me, adjacent for the words by my hands, and be able to carry you. For this is a dream to never pretend I never made it out alive. For this is dark hole that the bring the black key. For this is all, perhaps, to follow suit for the simple truth and to cut the lips so free. Some combination of the tech for the distant teeth, for this is still titanium, for the scrubbing and the two insides, and the location you can find back in the shining of the home divide. light so I can find a radiant warrior for the vision and fierce beauty dance across the battlefield for the swirling and the twirling and the vicious sleep for the gleaming and radiant inferno for your eyes. Demanding so much that I gaze upon eternity for the sun souls for meant to connect in such simple way for the fighting of over the hope alone, frozen in the fire for the daily night, where the spiders go to sleep in the lone flame. The only light in black whispers and the feeling you're frozen in the fire. Looking at eyes wide with anticipation for the acceleration of the sight, for the emotions and the shine and bright in the eyes you can't see for the nothing past the present for this is still off or this no. Divinity for the once upon a time that gave it all, for the dangling of the heart for the bone that it was involved, for the chain to be messenger for the divinity and over the outstretched, just over the chipping of away for the sanity by a bit, crawling back and forth for the treading of the coffin that you can find a new bed. One in the flame for the never the one, the stories of the one and all the glory over the worst is curled over your crack wall. This is about you, and not about you at all for the one in the legend. Love, for the outstretched and over for the love, destroying over your undecided desire for the deep down you with the favorite life. And the reclaiming in the moment there for the face of the emotion of exhaustion, for the threading of the who I am, for the shift for the truth of myself. I forgot the storms of weather, battles and ached the bones. Forgot the steel of the strength for the gold in your worth and disobeying pain carved me down for the smaller silhouette of the version of myself that I can left the past for the reason. Self to hate the need to others for the numbing of the aching over the flirting with the slow, ruin over the making of the cost, for the forgetting of who worked to become the ever deeper wound for the spiral to not feel for the walking to, for the own right for the surrendering of the self for the shadows again. This goes not to
And I regret nothing. Fall into the deep ditch to see the end for the plane with the light for me, for the sea be covered for the darkest of hue. With a board on my head for the sand get deep in it. And the deeper the ditch to see the end for the pens for the light for the paint step for the darkest the color for the you could wear them on your skin to see that. It speaks to me to tell you who I've been watching, get the architect for the drawings of my life for the darkest of hue for the shadest of pain. They're coming from me for the world again for this dark. Stand there for the darkness. Chapters in my life and regret not a thing for this be the things that I did for never the moment for the not slipping to the part of being. Although the end played my life for me for the not a single teardrop for the eyes for the think of me for the how you see me for the regret nothing in the drowning in myself and myself alone for the sake of the spark and the no diffusion. The sweet bitter little lemon over the right for the regret nothing for the human in life. Lifetime stone skies gray for the hands are stained for the too tired to remember why for the something is ending in this perhaps this just a moment. Because of the heart's mourning for the tomorrow will never bring me back today for the thought for the today will end for the contrast and never the thought today will start for the perhaps this is the ending of the today or more. And today is the end of the starting for the things that worsen and I wish them to end like this for another day that died in the wake of this the grief in his head. And I'm left behind for the day for the whatever it could have been for the praying for the grave and the hope of the tomorrow that goes to sleep and this is tired of digging the holes and I'm tired of digging too deep. Whether it's this wearing the why with the who you are for the weather but when it's tapped but this is back and you again get out find the tapping of the body in the physical realm. Hide me within your skin for a room, remain for the withholding sin, for the no longer want to be my own, only you to the way you are. Last of the comfort, but I sleep for the losing of myself. It can't be me for the never being free, for the better of yours forever, for the ever this sort of freedom in me. The freedom in you, for the lay down the arms and hand, for the resting for your tears in the warmth of the night. I forgive for the trance and never the pattern of the curse and never the inverted desire, for the disobedient and the insidious code. So this is your abstract device of bending thoughts. You ignite my calm. Always invite your poems. And the cardboard cut out of the people with the empty frames and names and hollowed eyes to the ground hollowed with the worst way possible to never the polished your hand. Drown to your breath in the coated wax and alive and not living in the wasting space. The value of the word, the tilted love. Now for the superficial pleasure or the shallow the desire for the selfish ego going nowhere, the speculative infinite for the endless coming. One is to say for the boy over the to the infinite inch, the lack of effort for this immediate. Inspired emotion, wasting time for the never the running out of which it was did with it. But not to be in vain. Puzzle piece in the honest with yourself for this thought for the heart for the puzzle piece in the middle organ for this piece in the figure for the emotions and naked truth. A way to escape the cruel path to take control of your drop of the rumors and the rains and the thorns for the disappearance of the rose I found. A beauty broken the barren ground for the light guided through the darkest of night to help me find my way to true light. Behind the mask. Thank you for longing. Long to be relation and emotion I think. God is. God is. Each day I reserve. Each bird that deserves a sword for the each member that you will make until the days that you remember no more. A A man in the shadows, the meat of the night. For the sound of approaching opens the desire, locked away for the silver blade, for the crimson of reminders and over you. The silent devotion, the words can't escape, trapped in the throat. You can have your own way, trust in the midst of the lust and over the save. If you rain veins in the break, the chase, this is the perfect prey. Daniel, to his fate. You keep me locked away for to listen to the sound of my heart, for the only beats for you, for the confession that became obsession, for the soul that is yours to devour. I hand it to you, my sweet Savior, my Lord. You are. Shadow was afraid of me for the price to pay, for no mercy for the didn't way. It's all for the child to be for the ghost of this to be the past, or the after left, or it's left for the looking back. You could just move on yet. And the afterlife for the patience of the days tied around for the net, attention for the finding my traveling for the back to just be stomping in the ground. For you can have that before the low surface of the deep and wide for the hiding the storm and the rage, and it's inside you find what's going on. And the post ring, we walking. And the forest and just feel the fresh to rewritten, and the precaution for the punctuation for the salt pine through the rose. And the begging for the fair treatment for the life is unfair for the same love to the ratio for this who really knows and who cares anyway. There's this place that I will go. Charlotte was afraid of me for the price to pay, for no mercy for the didn't way. It's all enough for the child of me, for the ghost of this to be the past, or that after left for what's left for the looking back. You could just move on yet. And the afterlife for the patience of the days tied around for the net attention for the finding my traveling for the back to just be stomping in the ground. For you can have that before the load surface of the deep and wide for the hiding the storm for the rage, and it's inside you find what's going on. And the post ring, we walking. And the forest and just feel the fresh for the rewritten, and the precaution for the punctuation for the salt pine through the rolls. And the begging for the fair treatment for the life is unfair for the same love to the ratio for this who really knows and who cares anyway.